Welcome, everyone, to the Absolute Wisdom Channel. Let me begin with a provocative question. What if the universe doesn't actually need God to exist? This is one of the most controversial ideas ever proposed by the theoretical physicist Stephen Hawking. In his reflections on cosmology, Hawking suggested that once we deeply understand the laws of physics, there is no need to invoke a creator to explain the universe. But what exactly did he mean by that? For centuries, the origin of the universe was explained primarily through religion. The idea of a divine creator seemed to provide answers to the greatest mysteries of existence. However, as science advanced, new explanations began to emerge. Theories such as the Big Bang, the theory of evolution proposed by Charles Darwin, and the theory of relativity developed by Albert Einstein started to explain many phenomena of the universe without appealing to divine intervention. Evolution, for instance, shows how the diversity of life can arise over millions of years through natural selection. Meanwhile, the Big Bang model describes how the universe may have emerged from an extremely dense and hot state, following well-defined physical laws. For Hawking, these discoveries suggest something profound. The universe may be completely explained by natural laws. But this is where the great conflict arises. Many philosophers and thinkers argue that science may explain how the universe works, but it may never fully answer why it exists. Philosophers like Friedrich Nietzsche had already declared the famous idea of the death of God, suggesting that modernity and the rise of scientific thinking were weakening traditional religious certainties. The existentialist Jean-Paul Sartre pushed this idea even further. For him, if God does not exist, then humanity has no predetermined purpose. This means we are entirely responsible for creating our own values and meaning. This perspective is both liberating and terrifying. On the other hand, defenders of faith argue that the absence of scientific proof does not necessarily mean that God does not exist. For many people, spirituality is connected to personal experience, intuition, and existential meaning, something that may lie beyond the reach of science. And that is precisely why this debate remains so intense. The relationship between science, philosophy, and religion continues to be one of the most fascinating questions in human history. But now I want to hear from you. If the laws of physics can explain the universe, is God still necessary? Or has science only revealed part of a much greater mystery? Write your opinion in the comments. I truly want to know what you think. And if you enjoy deep reflections on philosophy, science, and the great questions of existence, subscribe to the Absolute Wisdom channel for more content like this.